Greetings, everyone. Hope all of you are having an absolutely fantastic day. Let's get back into our Rogue Trader Let's Play. In the last episode, we made our way all the way through the city, and we are finally at the governor's outpost. So let's see who's inside.
The world is full of colors I have never seen before.
Dark green, gloomy, and stifling fills this space like dense fog. The people here are drained, exhausted, and bewildered. Yeah, that sounds pretty accurate. The painfully thin tech priest turns sharply toward you. The sudden movement makes his chrome dogmatics briefly cling. His gray eyes, set under furrowed brows, almost blend into the pale skin of his face, and he levels you with a heavy, dour stare. Identification. Unit Lagus Quartz Crame, official trade representative of the Explorator Cognizance Fleet. The unit supervises supply routes in the Rycat system, ensures the security of the combat arsenal, performs commercial transactions, and secures mutually beneficial contracts. When the tech priest notices Pasqal, his eyes widen. His Vox unit immediately lets out a string of screeching Benharic, a tortuously long tirade in which the volume rises and falls seemingly at random. When it's finally over, the Omnissiah's servant bows his head in deference. Unit Quartz Kwame requests permission to transfer information. The rogue trader possesses a supreme degree of power, the potential to influence the current leadership, the ability to restore order in the Rycat system. Pasqal, what was that? A detailed complaint. I recommend you consider Unit Quartz Kwame's request to transfer information. You're an explorator, aren't you? What are you doing here? Retrieving archived data. Over 70 Terran years ago, the governor of Rycat Minors and authorized representatives of the Explorator Cognizance Fleet made an agreement. Its goal was mutual benefit through cooperation. Unit Lagus Quartz Crame is the fleet's appointed trade agent. The unit is responsible for maintenance of the arsenal and the combat machinery. Blessed are the armorers, for there could be no Imperium without them. Blessed are the valiant warriors, for there is no end to the darkness without them. The Omnissiah's servants exchange short Benharic mantras filled with intimidating solemnity. What is the Cognizance Fleet doing in the Rycat system? The Cognizance Fleet's presence in the Rycat system is negligible. Its research activities in the system have been concluded. A limited presence is maintained for the purposes of logistical support, fulfillment of vows to maintain the Omnissiah's creations, spiritual oversight. Permission to transfer information granted. What do you wish to tell me? The tech priest says, sharply and curtly, haphazard and careless decisions on the part of the Rycat Minor's governor have led to unacceptable consequences. Communication with the Adeptus Mechanicus Sanctum has been lost. Troops must be sent to the hallowed electrodynamic cenobium without delay. Restoring communication with the electro priest and ensuring the sanctum's security are our top priorities. You are the head of a rogue trader dynasty. Your position enables you to exert influence. The tech priest pauses for a moment, and pressure on the subjects of the Imperium. Unit Quartz Crame requests assistance. The actions of Governor Faisal Raikadi Ab Medine of Coronas must be influenced. Demand that troops be sent to the holy monastery of the Adeptus Mechanicus. I observe that the world's authorities lack diligence in the performance of their duties. This statement is true. United in their denunciations and brimming with righteous criticism, the pair in red exchange knowing nods. What will I get in return for my help? The tech priest stares at you without blinking. Awareness of the fact that the rogue trader did not stand aside and has influenced the future of the hallowed electrodynamic cenobium, including the possible rescue of the most holy electro priest. Unit Quartz Crame can promise no more. I will discuss it with the governor. Unit Quartz Crame is grateful. The rogue trader is highly likely to successfully influence the future actions of the local authorities. Show me your arsenal. I accept the commercial transaction. All right. Take that. What does Analyst tell me to do? When the wearer kills a target with an exploit using a single or deadeye shot, the nearest enemy immediately gains one exploit. Ooh, that makes sense. Especially for him. Oh, this is a one-handed bolt pistol. Okay. Oh, there's a modified bolter. Oh yeah, I definitely want some reputation with you. 1,500. Give me enough. Give me enough. Give me enough. Hey, there we go. Modified bolter. All right. Body glove. Interesting. Might not have anybody uses that, but still. Oh, and you know what? If I take it to 2, I'll get med kit and a plasma pistol, which Pasqal can make use of. So you know what? We'll take another 500. There we go. Get some more med kits and take the plasma pistol. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. I'm not interested in cloud grenades. Ooh, he's got heavy armor down there. Oh, I'll have to keep that in mind. All right. Let me... Does this help you, Argenta? So less damage. And no, it doesn't help her. There are not enough bolters in this game. You know what? No, let me not say that because we're only in Act 1. So maybe Alcat has added some, but I find myself saying that repeatedly, that feels like there should be more bolters than there actually are. But at least now we finally have a decent ranged weapon. Add this to cargo. And yeah, there's nobody who needs this, so yeah, bolt pistol. We'll add that to cargo. Excellent. And you know what? No, dodge if the words willpower is more than 40. I might give that to Heinrix because he needs light armor, and you still can't use heavy armor, right? Yeah. So this makes sense for you. 5% armor. I might give that to Heinrix. Yeah, keep those 2 on lock for him. Oh, you can use medikits now. Well, hey, let's give you some. Let's give you a grenade. Let's give you a flame grenade too. Okay, cool. And let's see what the governor has to say for himself. The tall, dark-skinned man turns towards you and greets you in a curt, military manner. His long name, Governor of the Star System. Welcome to my temporary headquarters. The man's gaze falls on Abelard, his eyes slightly narrow. Rosarian. Abelard nods dryly. Governor Medina, my greetings. The governor's expression changes drastically when he sees Cassia. Lady Navigator, what an honor. I never thought that House Cecilia would grace our world with a visit. I only wish I could have received you under different circumstances. Cassia purses her lips, and an echo of grief knocks the wind out of those present. House Cecilio is grateful for the support that you have provided to Urac 5 these many years. I'm not seeing the convoy I'd sent to meet you. What happened? Did they fail to find and escort you? If that is so, I promise you their punishment will be swift and severe. What a curious exchange of pleasantries. Is there some kind of discord between you and Abelard? No, of course not. An old misunderstanding, over a century old by now. It isn't worth your time, Lord Captain. The convoy was ambushed and massacred. The only surviving soldier turned out to be a traitor and was personally executed by me. That is an outrage. I will have the personnel vetting procedure changed immediately. The slightest suspicion will be grounds for arrest. Your Lordship, before we proceed with discussing the matters that are of interest to you, there is a question I feel compelled to ask. It was only recently that Lady Theodora was the head of House von Valancius. I have received no word of her demise. How is it that you are now the rogue traitor? I should be the one asking that question. Our ship was attacked by heretics. They killed Lady Theodora. The governor frowns and a deep shadow falls over his face. Rogue traitor von Valancius, slain! Unthinkable! Please, accept my deepest and most sincere condolences, your lordship. Do not hesitate to let me know how I might be of help. Commerce. I need fresh crew to replace those killed in the attack on the ship, and I need material compensation. The governor bows his head in acceptance. Of course, your lordship. You will be compensated for any losses, and I'll see to it personally that your ship's holds are filled with the finest goods from my personal reserves, increasing my profit factor by 2. Very nice. Abelard nods in approval and remarks quietly, Excellent, your lordship. Rogue trader has no use for leniency. I can offer you several thousand fine, obedient servants. However, I'm sad to inform you that I won't be able to do it until we've dealt with the insurgency on the planet. I'm sure you won't have to wait long. The rabble will soon be duly punished for their heretical scheming. Are you so confident that you will crush the insurrection soon? My own impression has been the exact opposite. Is that so? The governor maintains his composure. I'd like to hear your reasoning. The insurgency is headed by a certain Aurora, a prophet who, according to their followers, possesses mythical powers. The rabble's usual superstitions. I'm sure this Aurora is a charlatan, muttering some doggerel, which their dim followers think to be magic spells. This does, of course, warrant their eventual burning in the furnace of penance, but does not point to there being anything special about this insurgency. Scores of crazed people with scorched eyes are stalking the city. The insurgents are maiming their own? Good. The insurgents talk of a final dawn, the impending demise of the world. Yet another superstition. Surely you don't expect me to believe in it. The insurgents managed to steal a voxcaster. They have been listening to your people's communications. It's not much, but it is something. I will order an audit of our equipment and see to it that our communication channels are more closely monitored going forward. However, it was only the accidental success of an otherwise disorganized mob of heretics who have no understanding of the art of war. The insurgents are using the archenemy's artifacts, enchanted lenses, to perform unholy sorcery. I've heard about these lenses. What makes you think they're enchanted? Any fool can light a fire with a magnifying glass. That's no sorcery. You ought to leave your bunker more often, Governor Medina. I have only recently arrived in this system, and I already know much more about the uprising than you do. Governor Medina hesitates before answering, his face slowly turning purple with anger. Your lordship. He grits out through his teeth. I know who you are. I have heard of your exploits, and I will not allow a stranger, let alone another rogue traitor, to speak to me in such a manner and make demands of a subject of his lordship, Caligos Winterscale. He takes a breath and continues in a calmer tone. The matter is closed. Let us speak no more of it. Nice. Is there anything else I could do on this planet or in this system while I wait for the end of the revolt? If you'd like a distraction, a smaller and safer uprising to suppress at your leisure, there is a planetoid in my system called Rakida Philia. It hosts a prison colony whose inmates rebelled at the same time as the heretics on the planet. It's an all-around preposterous situation. It should have only taken us a couple of orbital shots to take care of them, but the governor slightly purses his lips. Yvain Winterscale went there. He is a relative of my suzerain, the great rogue trader Caligos Winterscale, the master of this system and a dozen others. I imagine the young Lord Winterscale is very eager to prove himself to his distinguished kinsmen. I see no reason for you not to join him. It's a small planetoid, the prisoners' numbers are few, and they have little in the way of weapons. It's more of a sport for noble lords than a real rebellion. Yvain, Abelard mutters, stroking his beard. One of his distant young offspring, yes. That's as much as I know about him, which means he has to distinguish himself in any meaningful way. Yvain Winterscale has made several diplomatic visits to Urac 5 on behalf of his father. The great regent would never have granted entry to someone dishonorable, which means no matter what happened on the planetoid, we must aid the highborn. I wish to commend the courage of one of your officers, Sergeant Malgar. He and his soldiers valiantly defend the starport. The sergeant who managed to impress a person of such noble standing will be recommended for decoration. My kinsman, Conrad Votveer, von Valentius, have betrayed our dynasty and the Imperium. If he is hiding in this system, I want him handed over to me. Votveer is a traitor? Why, any family, however noble, has an unworthy scion or two. Naturally, we will surrender him should we find him within my jurisdiction. Unfortunately, I have no information regarding his location. However, the governor pauses to think. We have a Cogitator here at the command center. It's connected to a data crypt from Lotus Aelbel's sanctum. It aggregated all the Lex Mechanic reports. Unfortunately, the access prayer for it is unknown to me. If you manage to convince the stubborn machine, you might learn something about Conrad's movements. I'd hazard he flew from you on a ship, not on a pair of wings. Tech Priest Quartz Crame claims you have not been doing enough to ensure the safety of the Adeptus Mechanicus monastery. With a heavy sigh, the governor warily covers his face with his hand. Of course he does. That tech priest is very insistent. I ordered a squad to be dispatched to the holy cenobium of the Adeptus Mechanicus. They haven't been heard from yet. I'm afraid this is all I could do under the present circumstances. I don't have a single soldier to spare here in the capital. Heinrix van Kallax, an interrogator of the Most Holy Inquisition, is operating in your system. Do you know where he is? The governor lowers his voice. I do. Master Van Kallax has left for the hallowed electrodynamic cenobium. It's an ancient monastery of the Adeptus Mechanicus. I don't know what his objectives are. Needless to say, insurgent activity has been observed in the monastery's vicinity, but I suppose it's too petty of a problem for an agent of the Most Holy Inquisition. Besides, I have already sent a small detachment of reinforcements there. The weapon the insurgents were using to shoot down shuttles over the city has been destroyed. Now nothing is preventing you from returning to your ship. If you wish to find Master Van Kallax, you should go to the cenobium of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Notes of anxiety creep into the voice that rattles from Pasqal's vox. On behalf of the priesthood of Mars, I, Magos Hanuman, am officially initiating my participation in the operation. I must inspect the state of the relic and ensure myself that it is under zero risk of falling into heretic hands. According to the Catechism of Maintenance and Operation, my tech comrades were supposed to lock the monastery gates against laypeople and activate the traps. I deem it optimal that an ordained Magos should provide his assistance. I categorically object. The governor clenches his fist. As much as I respect the sanctity of your monastery, I have on my hands a whole capital that needs to be attended by the Omnissiah's servants. We have lost many eminent tech priests. Incidentally, one of them perished in that same monastery. Mechanical failures could occur at any moment. Putting it bluntly, you may consider yourself forcibly recruited into the city's defense forces. Medina and Pasqal glare at each other, their unyielding gazes like crossed swords. You have picked an interesting time to quarrel with a servant of the Omnissiah, Governor. A critical situation calls for decisive action. I cannot let every learned tech priest go to their death the moment they hear about an endangered relic. I need people who can do more than praise the Omnissiah to look after the capital and its millions of citizens. This Magos is part of my retinue. You have no right to give him orders. You mistake me for a fool. I know that he arrived separately from you, and I would bet my life that no... The governor's voice dies down in the low growl of a drilling Macandendrite. Its tip is directed straight at the bridge of his nose. Medina clears his throat and grumbles stubbornly. So this is the negotiation technique you have resorted to? Do you think this is the first time I have been threatened with a weapon? No, but this could be your last. Pasqal's voice is akin to the sound produced by his drilling implement, steady and calm, but ready to explode at a moment's notice with the crunching of bone and the squelching of tearing flesh. I am heading to the monastery because I must. Is that clear? The governor mutters through gritted teeth. Abundantly so, Magos. Why are you so determined to get to the monastery? Is it just because of the relic? It is why I came to this world. I am expected there. It would be my pleasure to assist the Omnissiah's servant in reaching the sanctum. Thank you for your cooperation, your lordship. The drill stops. As compensation for your consideration of my request, I, Magos Hanuman, officially undertake to accompany you in the Rycat system in the role of bodyguard and to protect you at all costs until your life functions cease, but only within the limits of the Rycat system. You're Hanuman? Glad you're alive. The governor raises his eyebrow and stares at the tech priest in surprise, but refrains from further commentary. I wish to know more about the monastery. The cenobium has been run by the Adeptus Mechanicus ever since the colony was founded. The sacred reactor guarded by his priests powers the entire planet. I can say no more. It is a forbidden place that even I have only been allowed to visit once before. Why not show the monastery if that is where the insurgents have gathered, or deploy a landing force? Fulfilling this request puts the monastery in danger of major destruction. The consequences of this decision for the world of Rykab Minors could be catastrophic. Pasqal, what is so special about the Cenobium and the relic? What is in there that has drawn the attention of an interrogator of the Inquisition? I have never been there before, but I would presume that the sacred relic of the reactor is capable of great destruction should it end up in heretic hands. The fury of the freed machine spirits, once released from the sacred circuit, will destroy everything around them. The degree of damage inflicted may render the world of Rykab Minors uninhabitable. Heresy must be purged from those blessed halls. I declare any desecrator who defiles the relic's power a Category 3 blasphemer, deserving of immediate execution. What has perplexed you about my companion's name? The governor looks at Pasqal with curiosity. According to the reports we've received, Logis Abel Hanneman set off for the hollowed electrodynamic Cenobium a short while before it was stormed. I'm glad to find out that you're safe. Perhaps you possess information on Master Van Kalox? Pascal's vox raps in confusion. My name is Pasqal Hanneman, not Abel. I know nothing about such a person. What do you know about this Abel, Governor? I've never met him in person. That esteemed Logis supervised the work of Rykab Minors' Lex Mechanics for many years. However, he rarely left his cyber chapel, and I never had the honor of making his acquaintance. A true anchorite. Why did he fly to the monastery? That seems suspicious. When a Logis of the Adeptus Mechanicus wants to go somewhere, we don't ask why, your lordship. Where can I get more information on this individual? I would have suggested that you inspect the esteemed Logis' sanctum, but it was destroyed by the rebels. We recovered several data crypts and connected them to the Cogitators at the command post. They might provide you with some information. It is amazing that a mechanical voice from a Vox can sound so confused. That name might have been used as a signal intelligible only to its intended recipient. In that case, its bearer might be Archmagos Armanaut, initiating investigation and data collection procedure. Adair tenses up and listens, then turns around sharply to face Pasqal. I can hear my friend snide whispers through the door. Be careful on your search, Magos. If you stare into a shattered mirror for too long, you might see yourself in it, in every shard at once. Mending it is that much more of a tainted affair than the new reflection is death-like. I see. Glad to be of service, your lordship. That's all I wanted to discuss. Hold on, there were some other options there. I wish to discuss the insurgency. The writer's too well organized to inform. No, he says the same thing. There's an option there. Oh, you know what? Maybe I already picked the option about Abelard. Okay. Alright. I thought there were some other options there, though, that it didn't let me get to. But I might be tripping. Alright. Let's check out this Cogitator. This Cogitator looks a lot older and more worn than the ones next to it. However, it has evidently been well cared for. Numerous parts have been replaced. Not a single key is jammed, and fresh seals with Praeus and Omnissiah adorn its surface. One of the side panels has been removed. Bundles of gold-notched cables run from inside to a small data crypt that was connected only a short while ago. The screen reads, awaiting access code. Tech use. Force access to the Cogitator. You have bypassed the security layers. The Cogitator is ready to reveal its secrets. Pasqal leans forward and runs his finger over the keys. The Cogitator's screen blinks and responds with strings of unknown characters. I appeal to the machine spirit to open Logis Abel's personal archives as well. It has accepted my request. Go to Logis' private archive, result of Logis Abel's data trance. I cannot see the secret design, but I can sense it, shackled in stasis. The minds of the initiated are slumbering in the neural harness of their vows. I am registering an impulse of change. I surmise a potential influence on the stasis of the secret design. There came a time when the spiral was turned into a circle, but the cycle can be discontinued. The revelation granted by the Omnissiah to Lagus Abel in the course of his data meditation has been recorded verbatim. Lagus Abel is seeking an audience with the Venerable Dar Impulse 6, who may assist in interpreting the revelation. A request has been sent to the Governor's Palace for shuttle flight to the Electrodynamic Cenobium. A message has also been sent to the Furabundus system. The cycle can be discontinued. I recognize the words. The voice from the Vox is soft and pensive, barely audible over the static noise. I believe I know the intended recipient of the message in the Furabundus system. It was me. Omnissiah, grant me the wisdom to fathom this mystery. Sacred Computation 7825M. Upon Lagus Abel's orders, the archives of every Augur station on Rykat Minors and the 2 primary satellites of Rykat Star have been queried. Said satellites are named Magus Maruf and Zafira the Keen, after 2 great champions of faith, whose external cogitators were placed inside the satellites' cores after their shells perished. The purpose of the sacred computation requested by the Lagus is to uncover the external influence behind the ongoing insurgency. Computation result: positive. Multiple instances of interference and malfunction detected, suggesting that the ships moving across the system deliberately blinded the sacred Augur's eyes. The first of these ships is thought to have arrived 2 Rykat Minor cycles ago, early in the winter. The most recent one arrived a month ago. Lagus Abel's conclusion: the insurrection on the planet has been long in the making, with the participation of external actors. It is alleged that 2 cycles ago, Aurora arrived in the Rykat system, the rumored unholy prophet of the insurgents. The subsequent ship movements can be attributed to weapon deliveries. But what is the nature of their activity near Rykatophilia? Governor Medina's attention must be drawn to. The final entry cuts off abruptly. Go to recent observations. The satellite Mogus Maruf reports that the ship's signal has been broadcast through the system. Its signature is consistent with the records of the flagship of a rogue trader dynasty, House von Valancius. The satellite Zafira the Keen reports that a ship drifting nearby has hurriedly sped away. The ship had sent an encrypted Vox transmission to the insurgent-controlled areas of the surface of Rykat Minors. Another transmission was directed to planetoid Rykatophilia. Both transmissions were signed Brother Twilight. Their contents could not be decrypted. Go to be investigated. This entry contains planet-side coordinates, marked as heavy Argar station jamming, possibly a hidden insurgent base. Leave. Okay. That's all we can get from there. So it helped out Pasqal some, but unfortunately, it doesn't seem like it helps us much find the guy that we're looking for. These heavy chains are used to adjust the height of the command platform. Well, it helps us find the Inquisitor, but it doesn't help us find Conrad.
So much before.
Alright. And with that, we can head back to the ship, I believe, which will also allow us to heal some of these injuries. Upper way, return to the void ship. But actually, you know what? Before we do that, we need to talk to a couple of people. Boom, boom, boom. Ooh. Permission to report, Lord Captain. Over the past few days, I received several messages from different decks complaining about anomalous behaviors in the ship's cogitators and servitors. The machine spirits are restless and rebellious, and no tech litany or ritual of pacification can rid them of this obstinacy. The tech priests can deal with the vessel systems, but the servitors, they make errors in their tasks, disobey orders, change the assigned rituals, or sometimes downright freeze as if in a trance. A click comes through the Vox channel, followed by a wary sigh. Lord Captain, occurrences such as these are caused by errors in cogitator calculations or have some other sensible explanation. I beseech you not to take after those who whisper about the ship being cursed or possessed. Adair joins the channel and chimes in playfully. Oh, don't start, old man. All these peculiar happenings have long since turned into local legends. A door slams shut. A lumen starts flickering. Folk have grown used to all that, so our resident ghost here has decided to up the ante. I'm telling you, things are only going to get worse from here. The technomats inspected the servitors and concluded they posed no danger. According to the Service of the Omnissiah, such behavior is caused either by the echoes of minds not completely eliminated or by manifestations of the machine spirit's will. Nevertheless, the faulty servitors make the crew's task considerably more difficult, and High Factotum Janris Danrock would like to discuss how he should deal with the defective property. He is awaiting your audience on the bridge. All right, let's head on back to the bridge. He's one of the people we need to talk with anyway, so we'll talk with Janris, do his servitor quest, and then we'll also talk with Pasqal. He just got here as well, so we haven't had an opportunity to talk with him. The corpulent man in lavish clothes bows before you, not without difficulty. A servo skull whirs over his shoulder, while the fingers of his augmented hand drum against the sheaf of papers he is holding, and he regards you with attentive interest through the lens of his magnifying implant. Greetings, your lordship. Janris Danrock at your service. Remind me, what is it you do on my ship? As the High Factotum, my duties encompass anything that might enrich you and your protectorate. I see to it that suppliers deliver all shipments on time, that our partners do not weasel out of their promises, and that all servants remember that the Emperor's grace can only be earned through toil for the good of the Von Valancius dynasty. I also make arrangements to ensure that our hold receives less than thorough inspections by port custom officers, and I find buyers for whatever you wish to sell. How did you come to serve the Von Valancius dynasty? I come from Dargonis, your lordship. I have been a subject of your dynasty since birth, and have always strived to be of use to the great rogue trader. Alas, it was not my fate to be the primary heir of my own family, due to my being 15th in line for the title. So, I decided not to stand in the way of those behind me, in case they attempted to shorten the waiting list at my expense. Janris lets out an almost kindly chuckle. While my brothers and sisters schemed against one another, I studied the exact sciences and mastered bookkeeping, the greatest art of the Adepta Administratum. I must admit that the accumulation of wealth, something one can control, is far more exciting than hunting, carousing, and the other traditional amusements of my noble peers. What was it like working with Adora? Oh, now that's a tricky question, your lordship. Do you ask it of everyone, knowing they risk losing their head should they let slip a careless remark about your predecessor? I shall put it thus. Working with Lady Theodora was never boring and always profitable. The Imperium had billions of subjects, but very few do what they love and what they are best suited to. I would say Lady Theodora was one of the fortunate ones. She was a model rogue trader, and she surrounded herself with those who excelled at and loved their work. Hers was a rare talent indeed. I wish to know what you think of your fellow crew members. Keeping tabs on your subordinates? A wise move. Tell me who interests you, and I'll endeavor to be as honest as possible. Janris' eyes light up. He is obviously eager to speak his mind. Tell me what you think of Seneschal Abelard Wassarian. Lady Theodora managed to do what even the Imperial Navy could not. Teach Master Wassarian to carry out orders that he fundamentally disagrees with. I do not know what method she used, but the result is impressive. Having said that, there is something else you need to know, Lord Captain. Your Seneschal is capable of being something far greater than a mere conduit for your will. He possessed the cunning and experience to run the protectorate passively whenever Lady Theodora was away, and that really is saying something. Keep an eye on that old officer, I say, or alternatively, turn him into a faithful ally. I'd like to hear your opinion of Conrad Vokvir, the former Master of Whispers. Oh, I hope I never see him set foot aboard this vessel again, not even as a servitor. Although, he would be able to at least do some good that way. Someone has to clean the latrines, after all. Vectatum's bloated face grows stern. He gave us all quite a fright on that ill-fated day, Lord Captain. Still, to speak candidly, I never enjoyed Master Vogvir's company, but I believed him to be a man who knew how to do his job. Regretfully, I was mistaken. It turned out Conrad lacked the most important quality for a Master of Whispers: unwavering loyalty to the rogue trader. And failing came to light in the most deplorable manner. What do you have to say about Vox Master Victus Ptolemy? Ah, yes, the Voidborn. You know, in my family, we used such creatures as quarry whenever we were hunting. Mutants are the bane of humanity, an unseen tumor that threatens to end us all. But I digress. In the brief time Ptolemy has spent in post as Vox Master, I have not noticed any significant flaws in her character or anything that would make me question her professional qualities. Needless to say, she is very diligent, as is any Voidborn seeking to earn their master's affection. I believe you could trust in her skills and loyalty. I wish to discuss something else. As you say, your lordship. I want to know more about the people who buy our plunder. Of course, Lord Captain. Who interests you exactly? We most often deal with the followers of St. Drusus, the Explorators, the Casbalica Mission, or, Emperor forgive us, the Fellowship of the Void. What do the followers of St. Drusus require from us? The Drusians still hope to bring the Coronis Expanse into the warm embrace of the faith, just as their flock hopes to receive the aid of the Drusian missionaries. Each crate of food, shipment of clothes, or box of medicine marked with your seal is a sign the rogue trader himself believes in the sect's future success. Reverend Hieronymus is the first among the Drusians and is most often seen in Footfall's Grand Atrium. A gloomy fellow, but some almost believe him to be a saint. Tell me about the Explorators. Members of the Explorator Cognizance fleet, which has been roaming the Coronis Expanse for a good while now. Omnissiah knows what they are hoping to find, but their acolytes regularly show up on uninhabited worlds, seeking bits of sacred knowledge, tracking down mechanical relics, and sniffing out Xeno artifacts. If truth be told, supposedly they want to save the ignorant rabble from corruption. A tech priest named Opticon 22 does business with us on the fleet's behalf. He can be found at the docks of Footfall. I am interested in the Casbalica mission. Masters of the cold trade, immoral criminals, and notorious crooks to the last man. The mission is but one branch of this mafia gang that has taken root in the Calixtus sector. You can do business with them as long as you take the necessary precautions. They are led by Vladim Tokara, who recently appointed himself Liege of Footfall. Of course, he is a trusted ally of rogue trader Winterscale, but he will not refuse you, another of the Emperor's anointed. If you wish to talk to Vladim, look for him in the Liege's palace on Footfall. What is this Fellowship of the Void? Janris emits a laugh-like gurgle. A pompous name, is it not? In truth, they are a gang of pirates who are forever squabbling over loot and territory. However, some of their little flotillas need supplies or can take awkward cargo off our hands without asking questions. Of course, there is always a risk that these scoundrels will change their mind and attempt to board us instead, but so far our macro cannons have managed to keep them in line. They say Riza Calvaria speaks on the Fellowship's behalf. The Adeptus of Masochist on Footfall is rumored to be her favorite haunt. Why are we giving away our spoils to these people in the first place? To profit from them, of course. Most of the things you will find during expeditions are complete junk to one such as yourself, but the less fortunate and affluent servants of the Emperor think them treasures, especially when they are bestowed by the great rogue trader himself. Drusian fanatics and pirate cutthroats, Casbalica dealers and explorators. None will refuse our help in these dark and trying times, and there may come a time when we shall be the ones requiring aid, and it would be beneficial to have allies willing to provide it. I suggest we change the subject. Certainly, Lord Captain. I would like to replace the painting of the Lady Theodora in my chambers. Hang my portrait instead. Janris bows obsequiously. It will be done, your lordship. All right, so this is I want to buy and sell things. If you wanted to get mercenaries, you would use this option. If you wanted to respec any of your party members, you would choose that option. Let's look at what we have available to buy. So we just looked at the tech priest. What about Thunderfang? Does he have anything new? Looks like he's got one thing new. Some armor. We'll take a look at that in a minute. We're at 14 right now. Still can't get that. We could get We get a regular axe. What's the Reaper Cape do? Grants 12% dodge reduction to the wearer's melee area attacks. I don't think either one of my melee guys would use that. Blinding grenade. Not bad, but I'm not hyped about it, so we'll let that go. Let that go. Alright, now we can save and let's see what's going on with these servitors. Alright. Victus informed me about a problem with the servitors. What happened? You see, your lordship, the ship's servitors have been malfunctioning of late. They violate protocols, interrupt their tasks, observe crew members for long periods of time, and move erratically with no meaning or purpose. Janris nervously pulls on his luxurious frock coat as if it were uncomfortably tight. Had it been a routine technical fault, I would have decided the fate of these servitors myself, but I deemed it necessary to notify you. I do not wish to hide such irregularities from the Lord Captain. If you wish to observe the servitors' unusual behavior before you decide their fate, this can be arranged. The majority of the defective units have been delivered to one of the storage compartments, pending your decision. Pasqal Hahnemann expressed the desire to be present during the inspection, should it be carried out. I suppose the expertise of the esteemed Magos may come in handy? I wish to look at these servitors before deciding their fate. As you wish, your lordship. Would you like the Argenta Prime to accompany you? Yes, Pasqal shall come with me. As your lordship commands. When his lordship arrived at the scene, he found the servitors in the same position that they had assumed after they had been corralled into the bay, all standing in a long spiraling line and facing the center of their strange formation. The moment his lordship crossed the threshold of the bay gate, their bodies jerked into motion, all as one, as if obeying a command. The servitors turned to face the Lord Captain. The technomats tasked with overseeing the defective units even approached for their weapons, but then the servitors were still, just as abruptly, staring at his lordship with vacant eyes. All present held their breath, disturbed by the sight. We waited for the Lord Captain to speak. His lordship, Lord Highlander von Valancius, took several steps towards the servitors. Immediately, the servitors, each and every one of them, stepped toward the Lord Captain in perfect unison. They mimicked his movements with frightening precision. The rogue trader halted in place and, after a moment's thought, waved his hand, and the servitors, just as synchronously, repeated that gesture as well. When the Lord Captain turned quizzically to the technomats, so did the servitors, as if mocking him. Whatever the Lord Captain did, be it an incline of the head, a wave of a hand, or a step to the side, the defective units repeated it without a moment's delay or hesitation, like grotesque marionettes controlled by an unseen puppeteer. We observed this mime unfold in distressed bafflement for nearly a minute, until the servitors finally came to a stop. Not sensing any threat from them, the rogue trader approached with confidence. The Lord Captain examined the servitors. As High Factotum, it was I who prompted the entire inspection, and thus it was my duty to follow the Lord Captain. As we stepped closer, we noticed a fascinating irregularity. The servitors' pupils, normally still, were shaking wildly. Their bulging veins were pulsating under their copper collars, inscribed with their past offenses. It was as if these mindless half-machines were locked in a perpetual state of extreme tension. A visibly shaken technomat behind us proposed that the human souls had awakened within the servitors' bodies after a long slumber, deep within their lobotomized brains. Formerly bereft of intelligence, they had attained awareness, feeling, and understanding. After a pause, the technomat added that the servitors used to function properly and that no one had been able to explain the change in their behavior. His gaze still trained on the motionless but animate half machines and half people, the Lord Captain stepped away from the servitors. All present held their breath. Disturbed by this sight, we waited for the Lord Captain to speak. His lordship, Lord Highlander von Valancius, gestured for his Argenta Prime to study the servitors. The Argenta Prime slowly waded into the motionless ranks of the servitors, peering into their faces and checking the readings. There was no haste in Pasqal's actions. With mesmerizing diligence, he inspected every single unit in his path, and bent hard prayers were his companions in this investigation. The examination confirmed the technomat's initial hypothesis. The servitors' souls, or rather, the souls of the people they once were, had awakened. Not yet fully conscious of their past and present, these half-machines could nonetheless nonetheless feel primitive emotions and sensations such as fear and pain. This undesirable consequence of shoddily performed lobotomy is most rarely observed, and yet, for some unknown reason, it had occurred in every single one of the servitors gathered in the bay. The Lord Captain, his lordship, demanded a report on the defective unit's status from the Technomats. The Technomat's long-winded and detailed report could have been summarized in a single key point. Despite the servitors' abnormal behavior, they were still quite capable of carrying out tasks, and therefore the circumstances did not call for their termination. Lordship ordered that one of the servitors be disassembled and its components investigated. A group of Technomats hurried to act upon the Lord Captain's command. The servitor's mechanical parts separated with clicks, snaps, and hisses. The sutures between its wrinkled, pale flesh and its augments were laid disgustingly bare. We watched the Technomats do their work and could see every centimeter of the servitor's stiff muscles abounding with vials and cavities, pierced by countless cords and tubes. The disassembly and analysis complete, the Technomats concurred. The unit was in working order. Nothing in the dissected body that lay before us could provide any insight into the reason behind the defects. I should make note of one more thing. At that moment, all of us present discovered that not just the eyes, but the hands and head of some of the servitors were now shaken too. It was as if the mechanized servants were overcome with some primordial terror. His lordship turned to me to announce his decision. His lordship looked at me with unwavering resolve, and it was that confidence that wrenched me out of the nightmarish stupor that had me tensely observing the scene unfolding before me. The Lord Captain gave the order, Dogmatic, to send the servitors back to toil as they had toiled before, for they had not yet paid their dues for the crimes of their past lives, and thus did not deserve clemency. Yeesh. On the Lord Captain's orders, the servitors were returned to the same decks where they had worked before. The crew was initially unnerved by their presence, but adapted to their quirks soon enough, especially since following the incident in question, there was a noticeable reduction in the servitors' strange behavior. With the fate of the defective servitors decided, nothing could now distract the Lord Captain from his mission. Awesome. All right. Got some disposition points out of that. And now let's see what Pasqal has to say. The mechantodrites growing out of the tech priest's back swivel in your direction, as if examining you with curiosity. I have some questions about your visit to Rykad Benors.
The request is approved. I am ready to provide the necessary information.
What brought you to Rykad Benors?
I came heeding the call of my mentor, the blessed Archmagus Amonas. We were supposed to meet on Rykad Minoris and discuss my mission.
The people who wanted to kill you at the port weren't renegades. It was just a cover.
Thank you. Information acknowledged. I will analyze it and take additional security measures.
What do you think of this Abel Hanneman?
I propose that it was the blessed Amonas who assumed this name. This name is assigned to me. His presence in the hands of heretics is categorically unacceptable. The canon of technological security commands that every effort be made to rescue a high-ranking bearer of knowledge.
That will be all for now.
Acknowledged.
I want to know more about your past.
The request is approved. I have no outright restrictions on disclosing this information.
Where are you from?
Information about my origins is worthless. I belong to the priesthood of explorators and came to the Coronis Expanse over 200 years ago. Any events preceding that moment are insignificant.
200 years. Wow. How did you end up in the Coronis Expanse?
I was honored to become a member of the Explorator Cognizance Fleet. When the Adeptus Mechanicus summoned the faithful for an exploratory venture into the depths of the Coronis Expanse, I joined the fleet in fulfillment of my sacred vows of comprehension.
Why are you not with the fleet then?
Archmagus Amanat, my blessed mentor, commanded me to crew the orbital station Alter Templum Calixis EXT-17. This venerable temple station was founded in the early years of our expansion into the Coronis Expanse. It is currently a rear observation post of the Cognizance fleet in orbit around the star Furibundus.
Who are the Explorators?
The sacred fraternity of explorers. The cult Mechanica sends us out to the frontiers of the known sectors as researchers and conquerors. We are the warriors of the code, who return to the lost worlds and devote themselves to recovering the lost ancient knowledge. Explorators are granted the privilege of being more independent than many of our tech comrades. However, it has earned us a reputation as unstable and poorly controlled troublemakers whose unorthodox views are dangerously close to apostasy.
Tell me about your Mechaniandrites.
They are my younger brothers and guides on the way to the Omnissiah. Their machine spirits are directly bound to my neocortex and pick up impulses from my subconscious. Sometimes they act ahead of my thoughts. This is how the Omnissiah leads me to comprehension.
I don't know about you all, but I find it incredibly creepy that he calls them his younger brothers. That's wild. But the fact that they operate off subconsciousness is super cool. We can stop there.
Acknowledged.
Tell me more about the Adeptus Mechanicus.
I am honored to belong to the priesthood of Mars, guided by its tenets. We safeguard technology against the impure and the unenlightened.
Why did you mention Mars?
That is where the cult of the Omnissiah originated, and where we were granted the first revelations. Many millennia ago, we made an alliance with the Emperor of Terra, and have served the Imperium ever since, paying a tribute to machinery, weapons, and void ships. Everything that bears the blessed seal of machinery comes from our hands, and it is we who make sure the operating rituals are performed as they were meant to. We are everywhere. We are the Mars-forged steel bars that give the Imperium strength.
What do you mean you guard it? It's not buried treasure. It's not a secret.
It is both a treasure and a secret. Technology is how the divinity of the Omnissiah manifests itself in this world. This is why the uninitiated may only be allowed to touch the most vulgar and mundane of its instances. We, on the other hand, are authorized to use the sacred catechism of maintenance and operation. Although there is another reason to deny lay people the sacrament of knowledge, it can be dangerous. Twisted by renegades, the Omnissiah's wisdom is called heretic, and the exposure to it may corrupt the uninitiated. Another danger is knowledge strangely interpreted and inscrutably twisted by the minds of the Xenos. This vein is called Xenotech.
Sacred objects should be touched only by worthy hands.
This statement is true. What many consider chains on our way to comprehension is our armor, which we have inherited from our wisdom-blessed predecessors.
Do you hold a high position in your fraternity?
This electu indicates that I am a Magos, who has mastered the sacraments of many spheres of knowledge, and has the right to conduct services in a forged cathedral.
What is the Omnissiah in your understanding?
He is the divine mechanism, the maker of technology. The universe was made to resemble a mechanical marvel because the Omnissiah rules over it. Knowledge is the highest form that he uses to manifest in the world. For now. Someday, he will come to this world in the absolute fullness of his splendor. The Adeptus Mechanicus worshipped the Emperor. He is the earthly manifestation of the Omnissiah, who brought humanity into the light of divine grace.
What is behind the Adeptus Mechanicus' enthusiasm for replacing flesh with augmentations?
Organic tissue is an imperfect replica of the machine, transient and vulnerable. Metal is more stable, more effective, and more durable. Flesh speak is flawed next to my Heinrix language. Meat begets weakness. It softens the mind and undermines discipline. But you can replace metal when it wears down. In addition, a machine is a supreme form of knowledge, and by assuming mechanical form, we become closer to the Omnissiah. However, like all things sacred, our augmentations must not be defiled by the eyes of the ignorant, which is why we reveal only the crudest of tools, while holier mechanisms remain concealed beneath our crimson robes.
I am curious to see your augmentations.
The right to witness the miracle of flesh being fused with holy metal is granted only to those who have ascended to the rank of initiate. However, your lofty status of rogue trader allows me to make a partial exception and reveal my sacred stigmata.
Pasqal reverently parts the row of scarlet folds on his chest. You see emaciated white meat gnawed through by metallic shunts and flexible wires. Blood runs through transparent pipes, enriched with the nutrients required by the pallid flesh. The sight of a body transformed into an appendage to some ancient mechanism is sickening. It is like hundreds of giant metallic insects have swarmed the flesh and are leeching the vitality from it. I wonder what it tells you if you pass a tech use check. I'll find that out when I do the scene as a crime lord. I am impressed.
Flesh may be fragile, but metal is strong, and so is my devotion.
Beneath the crimson shroud is emaciated white flesh riddled with augmentations. You have a strange way of speaking. Is that because of the augmentation, or does your faith dictate how you should express yourself?
Partially true. I had a voice modulator implanted alongside the respiratory purification module, but there is an additional reason. Gothic is not my first language. I am used to thinking and making statements in lingua technis. The binaric language is more informative, more ergonomic, and less prone to misinterpretation.
I have no more questions.
Acknowledged.
I must take my leave.
May your labors be effective and fruitful.
All right. So now we only have two more people we need to talk to on the ship. The helmsman, and I don't think we've talked to Adira yet, so we're going to need to get to her at some point. Okay, so we need to go right back here, in fact. And that's the bunker. Here we go. Electrodynamic. Accept. Ooh, look at all those pretty sparks. If I remember correctly, there's a couple of brutal fights here. Not looking forward to this, but we'll see how it goes. All right. Reach the reactor. Lay people unworthy of entering the hallowed Cenobium humbly said their prayers next to this computational altar.
Oh, this master-crafted patellar augment is not fit for a servitor. Lesson learned.
Why did you only have a 70% chance at athletics?
Whatever
All
you
that's athletics I've been giving you, Abelard. I expect more from you. But at the end of the day, you got it done. That's all that matters. Judging by the fact that the pieces are molten at the edges, the statue was destroyed with fire from a multi-laser turret of the type that is mounted on landing force shuttles.
Let's proceed.
Yikes.
As it should be.
Judging by the dead people's equipment, they were the same guards the governor sent to the monastery's aid. Damn, they didn't even make it inside. That's wild. Man, if that doesn't look intimidating, that really looks like a place we shouldn't be going inside. But, damn. Oh, that's super cool, the way they go all the way up like that. And I love that statue that's right in front of it, too. Sick. Sick, sick, sick.
Blessed
All right.
be the road that we take.
Yeah, this really looks like a place we shouldn't be going into. Looks like a place where just touching the door will electrocute you.
I'll warn you if I hear anything.
Well, I do appreciate it, dear. This seems like the kind of place we're going to hear a lot of things. All right, nothing on those steps. Open the gate. The Ben Harakim awakens the gate's latching mechanism. Oh, so maybe you need Pasqal in order to open that door. Interesting. Whoa, whoa, wait a minute. He just got here. Oh, fatigued? He got fatigued from pushing that thing over? You got to be kidding me. Okay. I might have restarted if I had seen that nonsense. This is the one thing that I'm not sure if I'm going to like about this game. In the beta, sometimes you concentrated very much so on specific skills, and it still wouldn't. It would still cause you to fail checks all the time. Now, in this case, it kind of makes sense because even though I'm focusing on athletics from Heinrix, for Abelard rather, I'm not focusing on strength. So, you know, I'd probably, if I was leveling up strength on a regular basis, maybe I'd pass that. But Pasqal, focusing on intelligence and tech use while leveling up, he was still failing those checks left and right. And that used to annoy the hell out of me. The heretics were killed swiftly and ruthlessly. They never had time to reach for their weapons.
The future is never certain.
The future is never certain. A mercifully quick electric shock was not what killed this cultist. His face is contorted in pain as if he was tortured. There are no wounds on the heretic's body, but his face is contorted in terror, and his eyes are bloodshot from ruptured vessels. Yikes. All right. We have reached the end of an era. Adira, you will most likely never be on my team again. But it's been a blast. I promise you.
I'm not satisfied with that answer. I will repeat my question again. The last electro boost you killed, where did you find him?
Burn in the fire of dawn, servant of the corpse!
And another one meets the limit of his utility. The last of them.
The tall, dark-haired man sizes you up with a quick glance. A supernatural chill is making the air around him crackle softly. The expensive fabric of his jacket is stitched with gold thread and marked by several reddish-brown stains. A foresword and a vox hang from his belt, and the emblem of the Holy Inquisition glitters on his chest. The Emperor protects.
And in this, we must be like him. My greetings to you, fellow servant of the Master of Mankind. I am Interrogator Heinrix van Calox of the Imperial Inquisition's esteemed Ordo Xenos. With whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
Shadow, A great big sun-eclipsing, chain-weaving shadow. I can see the threads, myriads of them extending toward us all, and all of them creeping off toward him like snakes, shrouding us in poison. My, oh my, do I sense trouble, and it's right in my throat. It itches.
A puff of black smoke comes out of the Psyker's mouth and dissipates at once.
A Psyker? Interesting. And a diviner at that. Even more interesting. Are you sanctioned?
Don't you Inquisition me! I'm under the Rogue Trader's protection.
Adira looks at you pleadingly. Adira is a member of my... So for right now, even though Lord Highlander, again, has a lot of reservations about Adira, he's not going to just chuck her to the winds because he doesn't know why Theodora had her around. And he always has some sense of loyalty towards those people who serves him. Not enough loyalty where he won't, give it to the Inquisition if need be, but that's not automatically his first thought. So for now, she's under his protection. Adira is a member of my personal retinue and is under my protection.
Your retinue, you say? Then let's go back to my previous question. With whom do I have the honor of speaking?
Rogue trader Lord Highlander von Valancius.
Von Valancius? To the best of my knowledge, that dynasty is headed by the esteemed Theodora von Valancius. Has there been a change of circumstances?
Heinrix watches your expression closely. Theodora is dead, slain in battle by enemies of humanity.
The news is lamentable. My condolences. And I presume the heir to the sacred warrant of trade and the lofty title of Rogue Trader is none other than yourself. Well then, what precisely has brought you to the sanctum of the Omnissiah?
Point to the corpse. What did you do to him?
I convinced him to cooperate. I can influence living bodies, and I find that the interrogated are much more eager to share information once the blood starts to boil in their veins.
I am here to collect you. I am under orders from the Lord Inquisitor to offer any assistance you may require, after which I am to provide you safe passage to Footfall aboard my ship.
Then the timing of our meeting is fortuitous. I am requisitioning you and your retinue for my task.
Requisitioning? Young man, your choice of words is unseemly to the point of insult. You're addressing a rogue trader.
You tell him, Abelard.
I don't imagine you'll be any happier if I say taking into inquisitorial custody.
To aid his faithful servant in the fight against corruption is the solemn duty of all whose actions affect millions of the Imperium's subjects. Let your example guide those who will carry the Emperor's light across 1,000 stars.
You are familiar with the works of Inquisitor Alistar the Redeemer. Not every acolyte can say the same, let alone people less initiated. Please forgive my lapse in manners, Lady Navigator Orselio. It is a great honor. I came to Rykad Minoris on a mission, which a rebellion prevented me from fulfilling. The governor is convinced that malcontents from among the rabble were the instigators, but I immediately suspected a more sinister presence at the root of the mutiny. My visit to the monastery and a few unhurried conversations with some of the rebels confirm my suspicions. Someone by the name of Aurora is leading the rebellion. Data indicates that the head of the cultists is here right now, in the sanctum of the ancient reactor. Given the prophecy of the final dawn, and the special efforts made by the enemies of humanity to seize the monastery, their goal is to gain access to the holy power source's control circuit and trigger a process that, once started, cannot be stopped. In other words, to detonate the reactor, thus being themselves the cause of their much-touted final dawn.
Blasphemous insanity.
The tech priest's visor flashes and turns a bloody scarlet. A soft hum of some activating systems is heard from under his robe. Precisely what were you doing at the monastery?
I arrived here with an escort squad, only to lose it in our very first open skirmish. The monastery is swarming with heretics. The soldiers I requisitioned from the governor fell in battle, bled to death, or deserted. I had to make do with catching and forcefully interrogating individual rebels. It is from them that I learned what I relayed to you just now.
I can help you with Aurora. Let's join forces.
Thank you. Regrettably, the governor's people showed themselves to be unprepared for the perils of this place. And extracting blade shards from a person's stomach is beyond my powers. I hope that a rogue trader's retinue will prove more capable than a group of soldiers fresh off the base. I am positive that not all of the electro-priests within these walls have perished. The heretics spoke of shadows emerging from side alleys to make short work of the cultists invading their abode. I surmise that the entrance to their hiding place is somewhere in the hall, near a machine known as the Circular Cogitator. I imagine it's one of the local sacred relics which the electro-priests treat with special piety.
All right. There you're gone. Cassia, don't you go nowhere. Here he is with us. All that done. The fighter's body is still warm. He only bled to death a few minutes ago. The hard, uncomfortable, somnol meditation bed is equipped with neural ports to connect the sleeper to the monastery's Cogitator network. Very appropriate introduction rather, for Heinrix. Cool stuff. Logic. Pasqal. There you go. Appreciate that from you. And charge that. Ooh, so now not only do we have lightning arc, but there's lightning arc heroic push. So there's a heroic action that includes chain lightning. A symbol for the Omnissiah is inscribed on the wall, with grooves of electric discharges fanning out from it like a river.
I'll take it from here.
Stop. There.
Goods. Excellent. More goods. Excellent.
How can one find the right way without his light?
All right. Let's save this. And then what's going on with you, sir? I have the build for you. I actually have one set up, so let's see. We start with Desolation, then we go with Agility, then I pick up what? Enfeeble. Then we're gonna get, so we're gonna do Lower Warp, because we need somebody who's handling Lower Warp, and then we'll go Lower Xenos. But actually, you know, now that I think about it, he's getting a, oh, he's got advanced skill Lower Xenos. So yeah, I plan to increase Lower Warp and Lower Xenos for him. We'll see how that works out. All right, just increase Lower Warp. Agility again. And then we'll get Nimble because he focuses on dodge. And then Lower Warp again. And Rigorous Training, which is going to cause movement not to end after he uses charge or slash. And he gets a percentage bonus to dodge after he does that. We want upgrade 2, puts 4 movement points after each kill, and may use their movement points after attacking using abilities. Yep, that makes sense. Psi rating 1 should be available. Where is that? Psi rating 1. There we go. It's so nice having builds this time. Weapon skill. And then what are we doing? Invigorate. Invigorate to remove stunned effects, which isn't prominent right now, but it will be shortly. And then Blade of Light. Blade of Light is going to give me some additional damage and armor penetration. Excellent. And there we go. That's all she wrote for right now. Let's go ahead and do a full save one more time. This next spot is no joke. Oh, and you know what? Let's get the formation right. Oh yeah, the formation's all out of whack. So you're here. You're right with him. You're right with him. She might as well be up here too. Then me. There we go. All right. So let's get that correct. Okay. Now.
A nice little...
Observed. Commencing purgation process.
All right. I've been ambushed.
I will level you.
Seriously, that's the best. Actually, here. Oh. This is Lord Heightslander. You know what? Boom, 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 boom. Come on over here. You want to talk all that trash? There you go. Yeah, come closer. There we go. And who does she want to up? I guess we'll go with Argentina.
If you insist.
Argenta, rather. Argentina. All right, and Lord Heightslander is all the way down here, so he's not in danger. She will come over here. Get in cover. You, 93. Yeah, she's good on you. Yep, that's all good. Now, let's go ahead and up it again. What else we got? Oh, you got low health. Excellent. And you know what? She'll go ahead and activate this right now, and then she'll chill out. You don't have a shot. Oh, you do. You tried. He most certainly has a shot. All right. Well, obviously she's gonna do this again. Excellent. And then she doesn't want to be so close. There we go. Oh, she already did that for you. Okay, well, let's do it for... Oh, you know, you need some help, but you know what that means? We should let Lord Heightslander do it for you. So here, we'll give that to Heinrix, and then let's give you another shot. 86% and a chance. Yep, sure, why not? You. Come on. All right, Heinrix. That's the best he could do for right now. He's gonna do this.
Let's see to it.
Should have done Word of the Emperor while I was back there, but it is what it is. Oh, wait, no, I can move it around. So yeah, there we go. Give us all a nice little resolve boost, and listen, as far as you can go in enfeeble, and then this,
Lord Captain.
and then that's it for him. We're gonna get closer, and that's fine. Pasqal will come here. Anybody who's got an exploit, you should be able to do them dirty. He's got quite a few of them. And some of that. And then, all right, let's put our plasma weapon to work. Yeah, 70 and a decent amount of damage too. It missed, but still, we know we're doing better. We know we're doing better. You know, we're gonna go all the way back here. Yeah, we got a shot from back here. Here, you're the one who's really gonna head out. Give you some more healing. A little bit, just a little bit. Oh, you know what? I could decide to move you up if I wanted to. You know what? Sure, why not? Let's just go ahead and do that. Get him started on the action. And then there we go. Oh, I didn't think about that. That he wouldn't be able to kill him in one hit. Why can't he? Oh, can't do that in the extra turn? Interesting. All right. Ooh, why not? There we go. Excellent.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
He can, I believe that's outside the range of the electricity.
It will be done.
That. And that.
Sure, back and forth.
Oh, you know what? That was a mistake. At least to some level, that was a mistake. Because, yeah, he's about to go right now. I should have saved that one. Oh, well. It's fine. Can he get both of them? No, only one. Alright, fine. There we go. Is there really no way to... I never upgraded his ranged weapon? That's unfortunate.
It will be done.
Well. That's about as good. Oh, here we go. At least we can be protected from the other side. There we go. No. There is no... You're not going anywhere. And, yep, we're all good. Except, why did Cassia lose some health? I don't know why, but I do know you can't get to where you need to go. You are out of range. That's unfortunate.
Help me, Lord
Oh,
Captain.
that's why Cassia is getting hit up. Well, you know what? Here. She can start with this.
Me.
Ooh. Brutal. Get Pasqal a boost. And then she can...
Be careful not to cross my gaze.
There we
Isn't
go.
this a job for the serfs?
And then he... Yep, sure does have a shot. It's a long ways away, but he might... Having a sniper just makes the game so much easier. It just makes the game significantly easier.
Yes.
What? What was all that about? Oh, probably through there? Damn, I didn't consider that. Oh, that's brutal. Now he's got 3 injuries on himself? Oh my God, are you kidding me? Over nothing. Oh, not good. I messed that up.
I can see bright colors again.
Are you serious? Actually, does he... He's got a 40 on Metakai. Oh, Pasqal has a 65 on Metakai, so maybe I should be doing that with Pasqal. Damn. Oh.
I'm grateful.
Are you serious? Come on, man. Thank you. We're gonna just roll with it and see what happens. There's some pretty brutal fights here, so I'm not happy about this. It would appear the Electro Priest damaged the motor force circuits on purpose to turn them into traps for intruders. Yeah, but what if you also turn them into traps for people who's trying to help you? Go ahead, do what you're gonna do. Not walking through that again. Yep, there you go. Dip. All right, now. Ooh. Oh crap! And it also impacts my athletic score. In fact, it used Heinrix for my athletic score because they're like, Abelard is completely out of commission. A multitude of symbols are carved into the enormous generator. You realize they are the foundational tenets of the Electro Priest religion. Standing out among them is a triumph of reason over all other facets of human nature.
The sooner we start, there.
All right. Come on. Do what you're gonna do.
It is my destiny.
Oh, no. Keep. Oh, we're good.
Imperialis, and weigh every step. Sometimes, though, you just fire your biggest cannon and save the day.
Taking no risk. And all right, you're good.
I've read about this.
These dead heretics are suspiciously different from the others. The symbols on their clothes are drawn wrongly, and the standard issue military uniforms show through the blasphemous taters.
Operation
Successful. Alright. The bodies of careless cultists have been thoroughly fried by an arc of the motive force.
My mind is focused.
Cultist gunner. Oh. A crowd of cultists has surrounded the tech priest, crucified upon a mechanism. A rhythmic whisper repeated by 100 voices blends into some blasphemous enchantment. Powerful discharges of the motive force run through the machine, causing the unfortunate prisoner's body to convulse brutally and forcing woeful cries of pain from his lips. The tech priest's hoarse voice echoes under the ceiling. In the clenched claws of stagnation, in the shackles of Iteration Zero, under the iron wing, let the cycle be discontinued. Pasqal's Macandendrite spring into combat mode instantly, and a wrathful rattle comes from his box. I am registering a severe violation of the purity protocol. The blessed Armonaut has been captured by heretics and is being tortured. Are you sure he is Armonaut? Confirmed. I do not observe his face, but I recognize his words. Let the cycle be discontinued is the blessed Armonaut's motto. Look around the hall. The heretics have taken up positions everywhere, and many more are doubtlessly hiding in the passages leading out of the hall. For now, they are all focused on the sacrilegious torture of the tech priest and do not notice you. How is he bearing this torture? A devotee of the Omnissiah is capable of withstanding great bodily torment with no loss of functionality, but where flesh reinforced with sacred iron will preserve, the purity of spirit may perish. I hypothesize that the heretics have made the blessed Armonaut a participant in some variety of sacrilegious ritual. Though sacrilegious torture, they are trying to break his will and turn him into an unholy terminal into which they control the reactor's outer power circuit system. The tech priest's colors are stained with grime. They are diluted, painted over with rot, and yet his heart still holds a cinder of bright red. This dying flame can be ignited anew. We must save the esteemed tech priest. No. Then let's kill them all. Actually, no. We must save the esteemed tech priest without risking his life. The Macandendrite points to the corpses of heretics lying nearby. We could use the blasphemer's clothing as a disguise. Unrecognized, we can sabotage the power units, overloading them and thus cleansing the hall of heretics. The lightning discharges have charred the cultists' corpses. Whiffs of smoke rise from their empty eye sockets, whose contents have evaporated. Their clothes, covered in the blood of innocents, are crudely painted over with emblems of the arch-enemy, which exude a repulsive air of soul decay. I shudder with disgust at the mere thought of having to touch clothing adorned with unholy symbols, let alone wear it. This is the first step toward falling, a small compromise with evil that will lead to something greater. Is there truly no other way, rogue trader? The signs of the arch-enemy are not just painted symbols, but conductors of its will. The words of their prayers, even spoken without faith, their coat of arms, even deceitfully worn. All this increases the presence of the ruinous powers near you and draws their corrupting attention to you. Cassia stares in horror at the corrupted clothes and the scattered human ashes. Do not make me. What is the essence of your plan? Uttering a litany of actuation for the power units from the Lumadeacon's command throne will direct the motive force created by the blessed reactor into the hall. The distribution servitor is keeping its output within the set parameters, but upon receiving an order to increase it to peak values, it will turn this place into an electric trap. The safety system protecting the hall is controlled from the machine altar, which must be disabled. If all these operations are performed, I can guarantee that not a single blasphemer will survive the Omniscient's wrath that will be unleashed upon this place. You would disgrace yourself by donning these tainted rags? Pasqal deadpans. The only unbearable disgrace is that of a duty unfulfilled. The rest is merely spiritual attrition. Ha ha! You do realize this plan sounds like suicide. A sound similar to a laugh escapes Pasqal's box. This statement is true. Then what do you propose? To flee? I've tried to employ this behavioral strategy in the past, and it has brought my soul no relief. Dogmatic. I would not allow corruption to touch you. We will vest ourselves in faith and kill every last traitor to the Golden Throne. Another desperate scream rends the air. So be it. May the Omniscient protect the blessed Armornaut in the coming battle. Death to the blasphemers. Hey, I forgot. Whoops. No. You. There we go. Forgot. He's... Oh, wait. He comes with a staff. What does this give? Siphon life? Nah, I prefer chain lightning. Plasma pistols. Is this the same as the one you have? Yes, it is. We can add this to the cargo. And then this one. What are you wearing? 25%. Except that impacts that. Your dodge. 10% dodge against melee attacks and plus 10 parry. The wearers ignores the first critical hit damage in combat. 3 times side rating dodge if the wearer's willpower is 40 or more. Well. I'll take that. Boom, boom, boom. Oh my god, did I forget? Well, no, I did. I still need heavy armor for Heinrix, but I wouldn't have had an opportunity to put it on that last time. So no, I haven't forgotten anything. Okay, cool. I was about to say, I almost thought I screwed that up. You get this tech use. You against Daemon enemies by 2. That doesn't really matter right now, but might matter later on. Everybody else has a cape, right? So I don't think, yeah, that this serves no purpose now. Add to cargo. Oh wait, you can't use medikits? Ooh, that's interesting. And give you some of this, and give you one of these, and in case you needed one of these. Okay. If I remember correctly, there's a absolutely massive amount of enemies here, so we'll see how this goes.
Alas, no. Naturally.
Ooh, killed one of them. Excellent. All right. Heinrix. I don't know. There's so many. There's 27 enemies in here. Holy smokes. That's kind of wild. She's gonna stay back here. Well, you may be heavily, oh, and then a bunch of them go before, you may be heavily injured, Abelard, but at the end of the day, you're still my tank, and I'm not going to act otherwise, so. Here, you know what, I guess she can go here. You know what, I almost feel like he should be back here. But I don't want Argenta there, because there's too many guys over on that side. Pasqal. Ooh. Oh my god. By being over here, I can't give there's nobody I'd rather give 2 action points to than Cassia, honestly. Let's just hope he doesn't get absolutely obliterated, which he very well might. Let's see what happens.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered as duty demands.
Excellent.
Emperor, give me strength.
Who do I want? Who goes first? He's gonna go then. You know what? Actually, that's fine.
Me?
Here, you.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
All right, let's see what happens. I think they all. Nope. Yep, they're gonna try. All right. Now it's gonna go here. So first, let's make sure this area is nice and protected. All that shuffling. Yeah, we're gonna. Argenta is probably gonna be a big deal this fight. So we're gonna give you a nice little boost too. And then go ahead and give you that. There we go. Yep. Very nice, very nice, very nice indeed. You know what? This is risky, but I'm gonna do it anyway because I'm thinking. Could be wrong, but I'm thinking. Yep, do that. That it will give me. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. 38%. Let's go with 95. Excellent. Let's go with 95. Ooh, even went through. I could do you, but I won't get that critical hit. Excellent. That's it. Still well worth it. Alright, and Lord Isolator, whoa, you still got an attack you can do? Whoa, 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 we'll take that. Now, Pasqal. You got a little bit of that.
Running binary override.
And we'll do this for you too. This. And do we have to get up? 64%. We don't have to get up. Let's see what happens. It is what it is. All right. Let's go ahead and get some more resolve. Let's get a melee. You know what? Actually, can he? Oh. And not within range. Alright, look. Let's do, he can do that. And, oh yeah, that's all the buffs he has for now. That's fine. So, which angle is best? Actually, here. I have a large, it's still going to be a while before he goes. Because we don't, this dude already went, so we don't really care about him anymore.
I'll put my
Let's go around.
abilities to use.
Let's go around. Does this make sense? Actually, it kind of doesn't. I shouldn't be just. I shouldn't do this. He's gonna get eaten alive if I do that. Yeah, let's just do this. 21%. Can't do anything with that. 21%. I should have just attacked him and been done with it. I overcomplicated this. I overcomplicated it. It's fine.
I am a navigator, not a threat.
There we go. Yep. He's done for. All right. So.
Step aside. The navigator is coming.
Chill out back here. And we'll give Pasqal a boost and then give Argenta another turn. There we go. 95. Missed the other one. That's fine. Can't get them all. Excellent. That's good enough. Ooh. Kind of want to give that to you, though, to be honest with you. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna give it to you.
I shall prevail.
The Emperor is on our side.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see to it. Be gone. I won't object. I'm done with this one.
Nice. Very nice turn. Alright, you. Feel like you need a better angle on some of these people. Especially this guy. He's way up here. Nobody's gonna reach him. Yep, let's take care of that. Alright. Now there's all these people over there, but they'll come into better angles in time. So I'm not gonna worry about them. What is this looking like? 58% 0-0, but she'll have an angle on them once
I'll do it.
once he's dead, right? That's what I thought. Yeah. Excellent. Excellent. And we'll chill now. Dodge. Excellent. Excellent. Abelard, nowhere near the action, unfortunately, but... Oh, look at you. I didn't think you had enough movement points to be able to make it that far. Oh, but then he parried. Oh, well. Nothing's perfect. Nothing's perfect. Whole bunch of movement. Dodge, miss. He's going to come forward. He's going to take some cover. No problem. Whoa. 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 What was that?
Focus, Van Callox. Focus.
What was that? Why? Why? Failed degradation change from chains by 1 to 6. Are you kidding me? Abelard. It's not even registering this thing being summoned in the log. And it had nothing to do with me. So, a chaos spawn of that magnitude can come in based on what the enemies do, but it's still going to attack me instead of them? That doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem right at all. Damn. All right. Okay. All right. All right. Enough with the whining. Let's just deal with it. Who hasn't had a buff yet? Abelard? Yeah, you're definitely going to need it. And you. All right. So, oh, she's got a... Oh, that's 32% though. So, wait. She's got... Oh, there's a guy right in front? Yeah. Yeah, I'll let them deal with that. 78% and 7-11. She's not doing anything with them. Okay, fine. So let's deal with the ones that you can hit up. Right, you can kill that one. This. Can you attack the other one without friendly fire? Looks like it's possible. There we go. And that's it. We'll chill out. Actually, she needs better cover, right? Because that guy... That spawn is going to have a direct line of sight on her. You have line of sight on anybody? You do. You might be able to hit this guy. Yep, go ahead. There we go. Then there's Pasqal. Can Pasqal get... He's got no line of sight on this character. So actually, first of all, we're going to do this. And then, he needs to be able to do something akin to that, but he's just barely out of range. You know what? They're all down over there. We're not hiding. There we go. There's one right there. This is a fine. Excellent. Does he have Grenadier? He does. Or at least it seems like it. Yep. Whoa! Why didn't it reach all the way up? Okay, whatever. Here.
Get me a target.
Let's get the most out of this. Most that we can. Oh crap, I keep forgetting to do this.
Let's see to it.
Yep. Now. Yep.
Done with this one.
There we go.
I'll see our foes.
Is there no way to attack both of them at the same time? Looks like it's not gonna let me do it. Maybe because of that cover, I don't know. Whoa! Whoa! Is that gonna kill the spawn creature too? Ho 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 ho! I'll take it. 110% I'll take it. Damn. Damn, that looked like it was going to go poorly. Oh my God, let me save that. Sheesh.
If such is the Emperor's will.
That thing had 160 hit points. And you know though, whatever attacks it did, it was going to be brutal. Safety system control alter. Sheesh. That was not cool. So maybe maybe that is a part of just what happens in the encounter. But if you eliminate enough of the people around it, then that thing automatically dies. Because I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not supposed to be facing people like you yet. Or at least it doesn't feel like I should. All in all, we weathered the storm. Nice job. Nice job. Oh, look at that. I was wondering about these spectating guys. I'm like, are they just going to run after I kill everybody down here? But nah, nobody escapes. Very nice. Very, very nice. And we didn't have to submit ourselves to heresy. This is definitely an Imperial run, ladies and gentlemen. In the cycles of the foreordained, there lurks a flaw of worship. The tech priest's body convulses. Pained, plaintive creaks of Ben-Hard prayers come from his vox. As moments pass, the signal becomes less and less clear, as if something twisted and wrong were being added to it. Pasqal studies the tech priest's face carefully. His vox system moans in a tragic vibrato. Subject unidentified. This is not the blessed Armanat. Stranger, I request your name. How do you know my mentor's motto? Who are you, servant of the Omnissiah? The fire of the hearth sent forth sparks. The name of this spark is Abel Hanuman. The tech priest looks over at Pasqal. For a brief moment, his speech becomes clear. The echo of my call has reached you. Good. The iteration is at its end. The design is fulfilled. What is the intention? Why are you calling yourself by my name? Was it you who summoned me to Rycab Norse? What for? I categorically demand an answer. Pasqal's voice rises to an intimidating howl, but the delirious tech priest does not seem to understand what he is saying. What design? An intention both bold and honorable, to open new gates for the waters of knowledge and comprehension, a plan written so that the righteous may follow, and trust in the great pattern of revelation and uniform progression toward it. Pasqal's voice is trembling with elation. Those are his words. I have not heard them in so very long. Ask him about Armanat. You came here because of him, after all. No, the tech priest's weak voice grows stronger. He came because of himself. Myself, to redeem myself, to correct a mistake. Possibly. But how do you... There is a look of gentle condescension in Abel's eyes. Strange, given the circumstances. The hubris of the mind spurs him to build monuments to himself. Do not regret, for all is predetermined by the iteration. A devastating coughing fit cups him off, and you hear a clang of tearing metal from inside his chest. You can talk once we get him out of here. A cold premonition rakes the heart. The probabilities are dark and frightening. Brother, I do not wish to gaze into them. We are the flame of knowledge that drives the darkness away. Pasqal is quickly inspecting Abel's wounds, paying no mind to the blood and sacred unguents staining his sleeves. His vox rasps soothingly. Do not fear what is to come, brother. We are already here. Examine the tech priest. There are deep burns all over his flesh, and the skin around his augmetics is charred. Blasphemous spells have been carved into his sacred iron, forming unholy litanies of scrap code. It is amazing how robust this tech priest's life support systems have proven to be in maintaining the spark of life in his grievously wounded body. Do you know him, Pasqal? The subject has not been identified and there's no record in my catalog. Interrogation is impossible due to the subject's evident affective state of clouded consciousness. How do you kill those heretics? What technology did you use? Existence has worn thin and threadbare. Eschatos has discontinued the cycle. Eschatos. This word does not appear in my catalog, but I am aware of its existence. Perhaps it sounded in the Blessed Armanat's sermons. I must consult my notes. Try to take down the tech priest crucified on the machine. As soon as you touch the tech priest's battered flesh, he shifts his gaze to you and says with sudden clarity, "Many sparks have gone out, but not all. The electric shepherds are alive. In the darkness, I heard their prayers. Find them, save them, recite the hymn of contact circuit restoration so that you may behold what is hidden." A blast of the motive force runs down the tech priest's body, and his face contorts, and a mocking grimace, malformed Benharic code, repulsively jarring on the ears, pours out of his vox. Information archived to the effect that the circuit restoration hymn is the entrance password to the electro priest's hiding place. Pasqal responds with the dour rhythms of a containment aria. I note with great sorrow that the cultist ritual has been partially successful. My tech brother has been tainted by corruption. He is in the grip of the schismatical and unholy imitation of a machine spirit. I request immediate activation of the tech sorcerism protocol. What is a schismatical? An ugly mockery of a noble machine spirit created by the war. Sometimes a few lines of despicable scrap code or a small clump of the motive force falls under the arch enemy's influence and degenerates into an abomination of this sort, one whose very existence is an insult to the Omnissiah's wisdom. Dogmatic. Grant the Emperor's peace to the tech priest. Let the tainted be eradicated. As mangled as it is, the tech priest's body still clings to life. It takes several blows to end his corrupted, tainted existence, but even after that, a repulsive giggle is heard over the static from his vox. Pasqal's Macandendrite touches the dead man's head carefully, grips his neural augmetic in its claw, and extracts it from its socket with the utmost care. The skull bone cracks dryly, and brain matter taints the sacred metal. Rest in purity, tech brother. The knowledge you have attained through your efforts will be preserved and purified. Lord Captain, the Omnissiah commands a pious mind to strive toward uncovering the truth. Therefore, I will not stop until I find my mentor and understand his connection to this servant of the machine god. I request the privilege of joining your retinue as a rightful companion. I can offer to fulfill the duties of an engine seer on your ship in exchange for the right to follow you and conduct my own investigation. They don't even give you an option to say no. What if I'm like, nah, I'll find another engine seer, one who's not looking for weird people? Guide my strikes true against the heretics who have encroached upon these halls. Let not one villain escape the God Emperor's retribution delivered by our hands. All right. Let's go ahead and do these level ups. What's next? Take aim is next. I don't know what's next here, though. One moment. No heresy. What's next for you? Tactical knowledge. I don't know what's next here, though. Plasma weapon expert. What about you? Agility. Weapon skill would be next. Lord Xenos. Excellent. What about you? Toughness. Weapon skill would be next. Athletics is done, so Medicae is next. You. Blitz skill, agility. No, willpower. Willpower is next. And then what's after that, though? Let me consult my build. Willpower and looks like... Wait a minute, no. Yep, nimble. Get your dodge up there. Ooh, you got 100% dodge in Act 1. You go, girl. Ooh, is this? Point of curiosity. Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached a plateau for sure. What's at the point of curiosity, though? Strange vitality. Okay. Oh, no, I already took strange vitality. Mind over matter. Did I take that? Nope, I haven't taken that yet. Here we go. Woo! And now, in the formation, she's up front with him. She can come back here. Here we go. Oops. All right. Auto save. Behind this door. Tread carefully, rogue trader.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
The Cogitator's green screen lights up as you approach it and displays a flashing message. Pilgrim, only the words of the first Galvanic hymn will reveal to you the gifts hidden behind the veil of knowledge. Now chant with me. Let us sing this canticle to... The device's keyboard lights up, clearly expecting you to enter the rest of the verse. There are books throughout this area that, and conversations I believe also, that reveal the answer to this. The Omnisire, from whom the holy discharge springeth forth. Verse 2 calls to you, Pilgrim. Let us fill our souls with gratitude toward the arcane key that closeth the circuit. Now finish this prayer, Pilgrim. May the unity of the sacred charges power the immortal reason that have created the spark. A solemn Benharic trill comes from the Cogitator. Verily so. A pilgrim who has earned our ways is worthy of the gifts of the enlightened. It makes you input all three of them before it tells you whether or not it's correct. So that's a very, very hard puzzle to solve, honestly. This grants 15% critical hit chance to ranged attacks against enemies with less than 15% wounds. He can't use that. 15. Nah, I don't like it for her. Oh, wait, you know what? What about him? Is he using... Kills with a exploit using a single or dead-eye shot. Maybe he might use that. But more importantly, this is interesting. So this is exotic. When the wielder hits a target within the arc rifle, they also attack all enemies within 2 cells of the target. If he had... And he's got a range of 9. If he had a second slot, I'd use this. You know what? I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give it to you because maybe you'll use this sometimes against a group. Even though its range is a lot less. I don't know. Decisions. I don't know. We'll keep that on hold for now. All right. Got that.
carry the Emperor's will as your torch.
Save here. Uh-oh. 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 You shall be purified by the motive force, blasphemer. Ooh, more.
They will bow before me.
We've been ambushed. Alright. Oh, Lord Hasline still goes first. Okay, cool. I'll let Cassia go first. So she'll do this.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
There we go. And then she'll get out the way.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Excellent. Oh! Very nice, very nice, very nice, very nice. Okay, first.
I won't object.
You got some. You'll do some of this. And you know what? Does this make sense? Strength and agility and 8% increase all incoming damage.
I need a foothold.
Good enough. And these guys are going to take a while to get over here. I can't remember if they have ranged attacks. They might. I also can't. Does this affect party members? All targets within the area. Exactly. So don't use it on party members. Okay. Ooh, they got a lot of movement speed. Interesting. That's good to keep in mind. He should. Yep, he's got exploits on him. Let's do some of that. Let's do some of that. And let's do some of that too. Yep, rock bottom defenses. Look at that health go down. And yeah, oh, you're not gonna like this. You're not gonna like that at all. All right, look at that. All right, yeah, she's not. She could reach up there, but nah. I want to make sure I get you.
I am a navigator.
Yep, you're dead. You're done for. You.
If I may.
There we go. Who do I want to deal with you? Lord Icelander. It's probably a job you're good at. We use one of these to... Where's Cassia? Oh, where's Argenta at? There we go. Argenta, you do that. And then, can I... Looks like I can't quite take you out anyway, so I might as well... you know what? Yeah, you got a couple exploits on you anyway. It gives me some extra damage. Ooh. And you know what? I'll give that to you. And then that, and then that, and then you're... Ooh. Unfortunate. All right, now. Oh, no. That was dumb. She can't use her powers to the fullest extent when she's directly in melee. But all right, she could do this, and yep, let's do it. Yep. She likes all that.
As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it.
Give me it to me. Yep, I knew it.
I stand, and thy light I
72, 74, but you got less help. Let's get you out the way. Yep. Look at that. Your whole body's on fire right now. Don't worry, I put that fire out though. You good now. You good, homie. Oh, come on, girl. Why you missed that? All right, and that's all she could do. No problem. You know what? Let me give you a little boost. Why don't you give it another go? I bet you if you do it again, you'll be even better this time. So she can't. No, she can't do that. But here, let's just see. Oh yeah. Excellent. And then you know what? Here, I'm gonna give you some more help, homie. And that'll work. Oh, that's all of them? Come on now, y'all. And none of y'all left any sort of items or anything? Shameful. The circular cogitator. The electro priest hiding place must be nearby. Boom. The machine alter accepts the contact circuit restoration hymn with a deferential word. And there we go. All right. And with that, I think that's been long enough. My wife and daughter should be coming home shortly, so I need to get on with duties. But hopefully you all enjoyed this episode, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.